Come with me to Team Lacerda, room 336, to Mrs. Harold's 6th grade science class. This is a typical science lab at Scotchridge, where we encourage the students to be curious about the natural world around them and learn the science behind the issues to see the big picture. The students are doing a lab today learning how to use a microscope. The students share lab tables, although sometimes they do work independently.
What do you see in there?
A giant upside down letter E.
A giant upside down letter E?
Yep.
Okay. What color is it?
Black.
It's black. Capital E or lowercase e? What's on your slide?
An E.
An E like the letter?
Yeah.
Have you ever used a microscope before?
Yes, I have. In 3rd or 4th grade.
Where'd you go to elementary school?
Barlow Mountain.
You went to Barlow. How different is Scotchridge from Barlow?
Much different if you don't have enough time to relax, like in recess and stuff. We have to eat quickly and then go into class.
Okay.
So it kind of rushes me.
Okay.
Or I feel.
Is there a lot of homework?
Definitely more. In my opinion, to some kids it's the same, but to me it's the same or more.
Okay. Do you all have the letter E?
Yeah.
Where did you go to elementary school?
Barlow.
You also went to Barlow. Right. Is science different at Scotchridge than at Barlow?
Yeah, there's a lot more labs.
Are they hard?
Oh, not really.
Interesting?
Yeah.
Okay. What's the paper for?
Seeing what you know about the microscope and you draw what you see in the
Great. And then why do you need to know that?
because it's part of our lab.
What lab? Oh, this is the lab?
Yes.
Okay. And do you guys work together as a group?
No, we're independent.
Do you ever work together as a group?
Yes, we do.
Okay. Which do you prefer?
I prefer doing it in a group
Adjusting.
Why?
because you have more ideas and thoughts.
Good. Where'd you go to elementary school?
Ridgeberry.
And how is Scotchridge different?
There's a really lot of homework.
There's more homework. Okay. Are you learning a lot?
Yes.
Okay. Great.
Right now, put your hand on the eyepiece. Look inside. That's the tube. Christian, you touch it. This right up here is the eyepiece. You can turn this. Look inside while you turn that. See what happens to the pointer.
Oh my God.
If one scientist finds something, wants to show another scientist something microscopic, they'll put the pointer on it and adjust the slide, and then they'll come over and look at it.
I have a different one. You can't do it.
Look what I did in this. I switched it,
They're on a different font.
Let's move to Team Draco, room 304, Mr. Oaks' 6th grade science class. Our science classrooms have an assortment of learning tools and technology available for the student and teacher to use, including the Smartboard and access to Discovery Education's online textbook, which reinforces classroom learning through resources such as virtual labs, explorations, animations, and videos, just to name a few.
How often do you use the microscopes?
Third time.
Third time. Now what is this?
This is our eco bottle lab.
An eco bottle lab. How long has that been growing?
At least 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
No, longer probably.
Okay. And how did it start? You brought in some empty soda bottles.
Yeah, and then we put different things in every day. We added different materials and
And then each day did you evaluate what was going on in that ecosystem?
yeah. Yes.
That's cool.
We had a whole entire project on it.
Okay, and so now
we brought ours home.
you're taking a sample. You're going to make your slide. What are you hoping to see?
I don't know.
You don't know yet? All right, we'll find out.
There's each individual thing.
Okay, what do you see in here? What's in there?
The bubble,
And what? It's a bubble of what?
water, or an air bubble, and just water that's in
And it was from your
aquatic chamber.
aquatic chamber?
Yeah.
See that? Yeah, I don't think so.
There it is.
Oh, there it is. And what am I looking at?
The bubble. It's like the very close up version.
You see an air bubble in the water. What does that mean?
I don't really know.
There's air in the water.
Oh, true.
Okay. Is it something that's alive or dead?
It's alive. It's like, it looks sort of like a cat.
But was it moving on the tray? Okay, there it is, the top of the needle. All right, so how are you going to figure out what that is?
Well, I was gonna ask the teacher in a couple
You're going to ask Mr. Oakes? What do you think it is?
I'm not really sure.
Uses to explain what she's learned.
No. There's a bug. What is that, Mr. Oakes?
So cool. Let's go try and match it up there.
Okay, so look.
Top right.
Top right, pond 2.
Springtail.
All right, in pond 2, what do we think it is?
Is it the springtail?
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Say it louder.
Springtail.
Springtail. What are you looking at?
I'm looking at duckweed.
Duckweed. What's duckweed?
It's this kind of plant, a potted plant that we put in our aquatic chamber for our eco bottle project.
Okay.
There's a nematode.
What's a nematode?
It's like a, I don't know, it's kind of like a worm-like organism.
And it was in your chamber?
It was in this aquatic chamber.
It was in this aquatic chamber. Which elementary schools did you guys go to?
Ridgeberry.
Barlow Mountain.
You went to Barlow. How is Scotridge science different?
Well, I guess it's,
I mean, it's more hands-on with more
yeah,
experiments.
more experiments
And you work with like living creatures and stuff.
yeah,
And so how is hands-on learning better than what you had in elementary school?
well, you can like learn more and you can kind of be part of everything you're learning. And it's like we had hands-on in elementary, but this is more like you get through microscopes. And, yeah.
Is it hard?
Well, sometimes it is like lab reports. It depends. Like you have to do lab reports, and you have to figure out what you did wrong, what you did right. But it's fun. It's really fun. There's a little nematode.
You have a nematode on there?
It's very, very small.
All right, I'm going to look in the camera in a second.
There's lots of them.
You said you went to Barlow?
I went to Ridgeberry.
You went to Ridgeberry. How's science different here at Scotridge than Ridgeberry?
There's definitely more labs that we do for science class. We have a specific science class too, whereas in Ridgeberry we just have one class and we kind of transition to subjects.
Okay.
And
Does this style of learning help you learn better?
definitely.
What do you think of Mr. Oakes?
I like him. He's a good teacher.
Okay. I can see them wiggling in there. What is that wiggling in there? Alright, so what is it that's wiggling in there?
On the Pond 1 poster, top middle,
Nematodes. Where'd you go to elementary school?
I went to Barlow.
You went to Barlow. Do you feel the same way he does about the science at Scotridge compared to Barlow?
Yeah, kind of, except for like, it's a little bit different, but not that much. Except for, like, the style of learning is a little bit different compared to Barlow, because, like Grant said, we did more labs, and we, like, get into detail on different subjects more than, like, just telling about stuff and then moving on to the next thing, so we go deeper into that.
Do you have a lot of homework? In
Not-
science?
Not that much, no.
Okay.
We usually only have, like, chapter reviews, and he gives us 2 minutes to do them.
Great.
I like working with microscopes.
Sixth grade environmental science classes spend time in the student-maintained garden behind the turf field at Scotridge Middle School. This allows the students to implement experiments in a real-life setting. An example of this is a lab where the students test whether radishes grow better in sun or shade, with or without fertilizer. Under the guidance of Mrs. Harold and Mr. Oakes, sixth grade environmental science provides students with complete content coverage and encourages students to develop the decision-making, critical thinking, and laboratory skills they need to examine environmental issues for themselves.